Hi everyone, it's Jamie from Pieces of Me. Thanks for joining me in this process video. What I'm doing is just using a background I've created with some BoBunny Glitter Paste, and I've used a stencil just to push the glitter paste through and make a lovely background. So wanted to scrap some photos of my brother Jason with his partner Rod, and I wanted to keep the layout fairly masculine but simple because of the busy background that's going on. So what I've done is trim it down a little bit, so you've got a 1/4 inch border all the way around. I've inked it up using black soot distress ink, and now I'm just using my ATG gun to apply adhesive and stick the background to the black backing sheet. So I'm also using black soot here just to go around the edges of the photos to grunge it up a bit, and also hide the white core of the paper. I just want it to pop a little bit. So I've decided to pop up the photo using some foam tape. So I'll just apply that to the back here because I want this photo, which is the only coloured one, to be the focus of the layout. So I'll just pop that up there, and then what I do is decide what I'm going to actually put it on. So I've decided to matte that photo on a black background. I wanted everything to tie in nicely with the shadows and the inking and the grungy look on top of the brightness of the layout. So trying to be a bit frugal here with my tape. I save all the little bits and pieces because they'll come in handy. So I've just popped that distressed photo on the black backing sheet there. And I've just used a Tim Holtz on the edge gears die, and I've popped that. Well, I'm thinking here, do I really want to pop it behind? Because I found that not having something to break up the two bits of black cardstock meant that it all blended in a bit too much together. So I've just used some Stampin' Up stretch ruffle trim here, just in a brown colour, to put behind the photos, mainly just so you can see where the gears start and end. So I'm just trimming that off there, and I've used some red line tape just to make sure that that trim adheres nicely. And because the gears stick out past the red line tape, I can just use ATG on cardboard to cardboard for good adhesion. So now I'm just sort of thinking, well, where do I want to put these little photos, which are the black and white ones? And I've decided that I just want to pop one of them up, the focal picture. So I'm just putting, there you go, I'm using the leftover foam tape here. So I'm just putting some foam tape on the back, and I'll pop that up. And the foam tape is quite sticky, so it actually does stick to the BoBunny Glitter Paste with no problem. For a title, these are great. These thick as words just made it really super duper easy. I like the word smitten. I think it captures their new relationship pretty well. So I've just stuck the foam on, and again, it has no problems adhering to the glitter paste, and can't forget to dot the I there. Now I'm just looking through some ephemera, and I don't want to over embellish it, but it does need something just to bring the focus to the middle of the photo. So I've just got some vellum pieces here that I'm placing around. I've also just used these snap stickers, and they're really good because you can just stick them on and they look as if it's printed right on to the photo. I'm also just going through a container of metal bits and pieces. I wanted to tie in the gears from the photo, so I just grabbed 3 gears. I like to add embellishments in odd numbers, and since there's 3 photos as well, I just wanted to add a few pops of metal to the layout. I thought along with the sort of natural metal, some wood might be nice. I didn't want to put too much wood on there, you know, just a few little pops to make it stand out. And I've got this XOXO, which I love, but the little piece of the X on the left hand side was broken, so all I've done is cut it off and made it look like that's what I wanted it to look like all along. So we can always find a way to make things work for us. I've also just grabbed out some enamel dots and some wire there, and I'm just sort of playing around thinking, well, what do I actually want to highlight in the photo? There's 4 sheets of stickers in this pack, and I just wanted to figure out which words I might like to use. So I'm just applying those directly to the photo, just where I've seen some sort of white space, so I'm not covering up anything of importance there. Love those stickers. The hashtags are cool, they're really cool sayings. So what I'm doing here is just holding the sticker sheet over the photo, just so I can see which words will fit not only the theme of what I'm trying to convey, but the space that's available as well. So here I'm just moving things around, checking for placement, thinking about what I want to add. The issue I had there was that the metal was too gold, and I think the colours in the ephemera are more copper, and they match in well with the BoBunny Glitter Paste, which is also copper. So all I did was just grab a copper Sharpie and scribble straight over the top of those metal pieces. It pretty much dries instantly. I got a bit on my fingers there, but I think it just ties in nicely to have that same tone throughout and not ruin the look of it by adding gold when copper is the theme. It's really easy to apply. Sharpies are great, really cheap way of altering your embellishments quickly. Love it. So what I'm looking through here, these are just some little thin spools of wire that I got at our local sort of dollar shop. I just had a look and picked out the colour that I wanted, which is black. I just had to use my scissors to get the wire free there so I could actually manipulate it. And this wire is only a little bit thicker than thread that you would normally use, but it's great because when you bend it to shape, it actually does hold its shape. So it makes it easy to pick it up and move it if you need to, or decide where you actually want it. And I do move things around a little bit here, trying to decide where I actually want to place them. And I think the wire is a really nice touch with the metal. It works well. So I'm just using some adhesive here. That's Helmer adhesive, just to stick down the metal and the wood veneers. So you really need wet glue here. It's so fine. I love this fine tip bottle. It just makes it easy to get into all those little nooks and crannies. Now what I found as well, with the vellum, I didn't want to use wet glue, so I just got my Tim Holtz Tiny Attacher and stapled it on to the photo directly. And I originally had ATG on the back of the photos, but I found that that did not stick to the BoBunny Glitter Paste, so I've just used some wet glue underneath to reinforce the stick and make sure it doesn't come off at a later date. Let's place those where I want them. Happy with that. Just adhering the wood XOXO now, and as you can see, the fine tip makes it really easy to get in behind all those little bits and pieces there, and you just need to hold it for a second to allow the adhesion. So now just adding a few dots behind the copper foiling on the vellum, just so you can't see it. I'm trying to hide the adhesive there, and just holding it down for a second to let it grab and adhere to the layout. And I just put an ampersand there. I thought and being one and one make two, so I thought the ampersand worked well with this layout. I like the font of it. It was a different font to the XO and the Smitten, and I just thought the different fonts on the layout worked quite well. And I'm just using a piece of phone tape in behind the flare, just to stick that down in its nest of coiled wire there. It works well with the curvy font of the ampersand. I'm just putting the metal piece down there, again just dotting adhesive behind. And I find when I'm using enamel dots, the easiest way for me is to use a pokey tool. This is a Tim Holtz retractable piercer, paper piercer, which is its proper name. So I just wanted to add just a few little enamel dots to highlight some of the ephemera that I'd added to the layout, just to draw the eye, and put some black up the top on that side. So here's a photo of the final layout. I'm very happy with how it turned out. I think it's fun and playful, but it's also masculine, and it was really easy to do. So thanks so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you soon. Bye.